What's good, everybody? It's Conrad here from Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, and we are here to talk a little pro wrestling. This is your AEW Dynamite review for October 26th, 2022. I hope everybody's having a nice evening. I'm a little under the weather here, so that was the reason why I was a little bit late. My apologies for that. But we are going to get into this show. We have a lot to talk about. There's some breaking news and stuff like that to get into as well. Lots and lots to get into. So without further ado, let's hit that intro and get into it. Let's go.
Everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate everybody on here. Appreciate all you guys showing up. What up, D? D, I sent you the link if you wanted to hop in this bad boy. I don't know if you caught all the Dynamite or whatnot. I sent you a message. You didn't give me a response, so let me know, bro. But thank you. Everybody who's in the live chat, please do me a favor. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Helps more people see the video. Great way to spread the word, and we're trying to get everything pro wrestling popping here, so let's make sure we do that. Also, if you watch this after the fact, leave me a comment. Comments are great. Good way to interact. Also helps out a lot as well. And lastly, share this with a friend. Tell someone that you like it. And if you're an audio listener, don't worry. We got something for you guys to do as well. Leave us a 5-star review wherever you're listening, Apple, Google, Spotify. Doesn't matter the app. Leave us a 5-star review. We're on Pandora, if you guys didn't know that either. If you ever wanted your wrestling fix on Pandora, type in Everything Pro Wrestling. We got you. All right. Lots to get into tonight, so let's get into who's in here live. B-Boy Skyline coming in saying all ego. Man, the pro wrestling shoot in the house. What is good, Jesse, James, the whole crew over there? I appreciate you guys. Now that's how you go off the air. Left me wanting more with that cliffhanger. Yeah, they finally did something a little bit different tonight. It felt different too, and how they built up the show and everything else. I like it. They did really well. Matt Lopez said that was one hell of a cliffhanger. And good evening, all. What's good, Matt? My man DJ B Tazzy from the underground in the house. By the way, if you guys didn't know, Tazzy is 21 subs away. It's probably less than that now, but he was 21 subs away from 1K. So help this brother out so that he can get his channel monetized. Go over there and check out Tazzy. He does a lot of watch-alongs for Raw, NXT, and whatnot. So help that brother out for me. BJ, what's going on, BJ? I hope things are well. He said tonight's AEW directed by M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong. Hopefully everyone is vibing and thriving. Appreciate that, man. If Chucky shows up in the chat, I have a bone to pick with him. LOL. The table took an L tonight. It's rare to see that. Man, my girl Jamie Hayter. Yes. What up, D? D's also in the chat. Deanna's here as well. Hi, Deanna. How are you? Ace, what's good, bro? Ace, what's happening, bro? Appreciate you. Got a lot of mods here tonight. Jamie Hayter should be champion. Cactus, hello, good sir. My fellow XGW brethren. Good evening, fellow troublemakers. Man, it's good. Rob said, why did you tell me that? I didn't tell you nothing, bro. I didn't tell you nothing. Ain't no party like a Tazzy party, baby. That is a fact. Lots to get into, man. I don't know where I want to start with this. If I want to get into the show or some of the news BS. But a lot of things have been going on in the background here. And if you hear typing, I am actually looking up some of this stuff. Today, happy birthday to Mr. CM Punk, Phil Brooks, Wheeler Yuta. There were a lot of birthdays going on today. I even think it was my man Too Cold Scorpio's birthday as well. Flash Funk. Oh, Flash, you are so funky. So there was some news going on. So rumors were that the Elite were back. You know, they were going to be there. Well, reports are saying from several people at PW Insider, or not several people, someone from PW Insider is saying that the Elite were backstage and that they've been off television for quite some time and that we were going to get something on that. Okay, they're backstage. More on that later, right? Seems petty to bring them back on CM Punk's birthday. I saw a lot of fans trying to make jokes on Twitter and social media and such. And then right before the show had started for Dynamite, we got some news. And I just was watching Wrestle Talk's video debating on if CM Punk should be let go from AEW and whatnot. You guys know where I fall with that already. I am a CM Punk fan, but at the same time, I do acknowledge that some of this got out of hand and you can place blame on everybody. But then we find out CM Punk's camp says Larry the Dog was injured in a backstage fight. And I don't even know what to say with all of that. I don't know. So Nick Hausman from Wrestling Inc. Came out with the report. He found someone from Punk's camp saying it, that Punk verbally tore down a bunch of people at the media scrum. He's in his locker room. Something happens with Ace Steel's wife's back there, and Larry the Dog's back there. And nobody knows who's at fault. There's a lot of people saying it was this person's fault, that person's fault, who punched whom, who bit whom. There's a lot of garbage going on with it. But we found out that his dog was injured, and something happened to the dog to where he had to end up having his teeth removed, and they got knocked loose and they had to get pulled out eventually, and that's terrible. Like that a dog was hurt in all of this, and I know that there's going to be a lot of sympathetic people for that. So I don't know, man. Dang, man, it just hurts to hear that about the dog, and I don't know. That's just absolutely insane that all of this has come to this now, and we've got a lot of fans going back and forth and fighting and everything else that comes with it. If you guys have thoughts, please put them in the comment section. I'm going to go through some of these real quick, and then we'll get into the show. But to me, that makes it a little more sympathetic towards Punk. At least I think some of the people who were kind of upset with him, it seemed like they softened their stance a little bit because a lot of people are animal lovers. And that's something that I think most people can vibe with and get with. Shout out to Anthony Slate joining us. Anthony, I appreciate you coming in here, my man. Hopefully you got some good thoughts. Please feel free to interact with us in the live chat, subscribe to the channel, whatever you want to do, brother. I appreciate you being in here. Conrad knows how to party. Old Conrad does. I'm an old man now. My man Sean Hubbard from Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. We host a show every Monday live at 6:05, Clash of the Podcast, right here on YouTube, also found on both of our audio platforms, and his site, hubbardwrestlingweekly.com. You guys show us some love, man. He said, what's good, brother Conrad? Blessing to be here as usual. Literally the only place to be for an AEW review. I appreciate you, Sean. God bless, brother. Thank you. Ed in the house saying, hey, Conrad, popping in to say hi. Ed, always good to hear from you, my friend. Thank you. Utes B-Day win for sure. That's Derek trying to tell me he was trying to hop in. He's having some technical issues. All good, D. All good. All reports were there. Let me see here. BG said, I think I listened to one of my podcast prediction episodes that said they would come back around Full Gear. Yes. BJ also has a show called The Countout that we put on the audio version of Everything Pro Wrestling. Usually comes out on Fridays, and BJ did say that. So make sure you check out. BJ gives his predictions and thoughts on some of the news. Let me see. Special day for CM Punk, and a company did something on his special day. Someone called PETA. They all got to go down. Come on now, Cat. It was said dog was hit in the face with the door. That's terrible if that's happened. Dog have rights too. Now, why is this finally coming to light? Larry is old and I don't want to see it hurt. Yeah, respect the dog. Let me see here. BJ says, my only complaint with that report is that they went back on walking down their statement that the door was kicked in. I don't know who the reporters are talking to, but it sounds like the Punk camp is messy. I don't know. I don't know what to say with all of this. It's a big mess, and I don't know. We can get into that even towards the end of this. So at the end of the day, I want everyone just to be able to work together, but CM Punk's not the type to just forgive and forget. And I know, as someone who can be petty himself, if some people would call it that, I don't forget things when people do things to me. I know it's difficult to deal with sometimes and deal with people like that. So I hope that things get better, and amongst everybody they can talk it out and just figure out what the heck they're going to do with all of this, right? So let's get into this Dynamite show, shall we? This was a solid episode. They had a really big card lined up. I saw some people complaining. Tony Khan clapped back at Eric Bischoff for some of his little sly comments. So interesting about his booking. And he basically said that Nitro booked 60% of their matches had no build to them. So what's he talking about telling stories? Facts. I'm not mad at it. Deanna said, ask Colt Cabana about Punk. Yeah, he's pretty silent about the whole thing. You know, funny for the guys getting stuck up for that, you would think he would say something, but he says nothing. I don't get it. Conrad never lost the XW tag titles. We never forgot. PW Insider confirmed Omega and the Bucks were backstage tonight. Thank you, Matt Lopez. We've got news and everything circling in. And Tazzy letting you know, if you haven't, dropped a like, and if you're new, subscribe to Everything Pro Wrestling. My man. Thank you, Tazzy. You are wonderful, brother. Wonderful. Let's start with the opening contest tonight. So they've decided, let's kick things off with a bang. Let's go into a tag team match. We have the ROH World Champion Chris Jericho and his counterpart Daniel Garcia, the ROH Pure Champion, versus Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. BCC have been dealing with some issues with each other that we'll see even after the match with this. BCC starts out hot until the JAS needs to cheat to get the advantage. Yuta comes in. He gets the hot tag. Birthday Boy is a house of fire in this one. At one point in this match, bro, Claudio is ridiculous. The dude has Daniel Garcia on his back, Jericho down. He is hitting a giant swing, just rotating them around. I don't even know how this dude is this strong. Like, I don't know how he lifts weights. A study needs to be done on him because he is a beast. He's like a freak of nature. And I mean that in the most respectful way, Claudio. He does that. And then the match, the finish of the match is Claudio. He does a flip to I think he big boots Jake Hager out, flips on someone, delivers an uppercut, jumps on someone's chest, hits an uppercut to someone on the outside. Jericho tries to hit him. He gets caught with an uppercut, neutralizer, 1, 2, 3. They made Claudio look dominant in this. And I thought it was the best way to book him since he lost the Ring of Honor Championship here. I thought it was a good move. Almost good to great. I really thought it was dope. Yeah, dude, this just worked. It helped establish the BCC as credible again. Garcia didn't eat the pen. Jericho did. So this probably means that you're going to have to give Claudio a rematch eventually, I would guess. Maybe on Rampage or somewhere down the line. I don't know when they're going to do it, but they got the win here. And they were doing these weird little like mini promos before the matches, like 30-second promos, just letting you know what was going on, what was happening. And they were nice. I thought it was a nice addition to the show. I mean, you guys let me know what you thought of those, but we kept getting them all throughout. And look at this. Claudio's a beast. Claudio's a beast. I know these guys. Everybody's doing it, man. Let me see here. Pavi, what's good? Diamond in the rough. I see you. What's good? Tazzy says he might be doing a watch along for Full Gear. They're running out of Ring of Honor champs that can wrestle in AEW. I think they've got some more up their sleeve here. Love the way they're booking Claudio. See? It was awesome. I will say I do think, personally, I think Claudio has been used better over here than he was in WWE towards the end. I don't know. I feel like they never tapped his full potential. I know you could have some complaints about his run here so far, but I think it's just been better. He's been showcased a lot better. So good for Claudio. But we had confrontation. They get to the back, and if you remember last week on Rampage, Yuta and Danielson kind of had words because Yuta felt like Danielson was giving way too much respect to Garcia, and he should have been giving it to him. So now this leads to some turmoil. They're ready to beef it up, and they got issues with each other. And Wheeler just starts mouthing off as soon as he gets to the back to Danielson, saying, "Is that what you want? Is that how you do it?" and him and Danielson kind of get into a shoving match, and Claudio and Regal and everyone has to get in between them. And they're like, yo, calm down. We're on the same team. I think that this is going to be a match at Final Battle. I think we're going to get Danielson versus Yuta, kind of the respect match, the teacher versus the student. And I'm for it, man. Let it happen. Getting back to it, Ace said it was awesomeness. They're letting him do the neutralizer finisher. Yes, Cac. He's using some of those old WWE moves. I mean, and at this stage in the game for Claudio, he's going to use that stuff. It's what works for him. His finisher is really the Rico bomb. He brought that back that he used to do in Ring of Honor, but yeah, he still uses that from time to time. Derek said this was a great match. I agree, D. Claudio got a championship here that WWE wouldn't give him under Vince. Yeah, he did get to be a world champion technically. True that, Deanna. Danielson versus Yuta will be fire. Yeah, I like the build to it. I like that even people in their own factions can fight each other. So that was well done. Now, B-Boy Skyline was all about this. He put up that Thanos has invaded AEW, hit the finger snap. And while we're up here just talking about everything that happened, we got kind of I don't want to say a weird promo, but it was different. And speaking of weird, I know everybody's wondering, like, where's Derek, and do we got something for Derek? I got something for Derek right now. Just because he's not here and I had to find a random place to do it, and it seemed perfect right there. That was more like the Giant, but we'll let it rock. The Elite, they do this promo basically sounding like they're talking about AEW in the background, and it's like the quotes from the press conference, like, we decided to be wrestlers when we were kids, and they show them putting their phones together, but then the pictures like fade. They look like they're burning and then they disintegrate, kind of. And I didn't know what to take from this. What did you guys take from this? What was the motivation behind this? Is this saying that AEW can't exist without the Young Bucks? That's what I saw a lot of people saying online. Depending on how Derek's not feeling it, depending on how you guys are feeling about it, like what was it to you? What did it mean? I know that they're coming back. Kenny was in it too. It wasn't bad. Cray is coming in. Cray says if TK buys out Punk's contract, Punk goes to the WWE. He's happy for a month. TK said the Elite stay in AEW if TK keeps Punk. The Elite go to WWE. What's the worst for TK? What up, EPW? What's good, Cray? What's good? Cray, I don't know if you saw the news we had talked about before about CM Punk's dog. I'm going to put a link to that into the chat for you guys to check out. I don't know. A lot of people seem to be a little bit more sympathetic towards Punk, but BJ's wondering too, like sometimes these stories are all a mess and I don't know who's getting what info from where. He says he's good with them not being there. They're on their way back though, bro. I'm pretty sure that promo just confirmed it. If Punk goes back to WWE, that would be interesting. I think it feels like there's no All Elite Wrestling without the Elite. That day is going to come, though, eventually, to where you're going to have to do that. Maybe a history lesson, Deanna says. Rob says the Ducks joined the House of Black. Peace. 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 Come on now. I gotta get a nice duck sound on here for when people start putting those up. Oh boy. So yeah, I don't know what to think of the disappearing stuff for it. I guess it's a wait and see. When do they show up? When's the right time? I don't know. Derek's saying absolutely not. I'm assuming that's to there is no AEW without the Elite. I mean, yes, but eventually you're going to have to move on. It's like the same thing with Punk. The day's going to come to where you're going to have to find somebody new. So I just don't want people to just think like this is all random and it's coming out of nowhere. Excuse me while I take a sip of water here. Rough. All right. So after that, Jericho's in the back. He's cutting an angry promo. the microphones were going out, at least on my feed. I watch on Hulu, and the mics are cutting out. Stuff's not working right. And I was just like, what is going on right now? They were just having some technical issues. Like 1 minute, Jericho's voice would be high, then it would be low, but he's talking in the same tone. I don't know. So they had some technical issues, but Jericho says that he's challenging any former Ring of Honor champions now. So he's talking television champs, pure champs, women's champs, tag champs. So it looks like we're going to get a whole bunch of Ring of Honor people just coming in to make their presence known. Following that, we get Sammy Guevara kind of talking his mess too before his match. So JAS and the Blackpool Combat Club, this feud is not over. It's all it's all going on from here. Like, I don't know what the match is for Final Battle yet. I feel like we don't know. I don't know if it's going to be Claudio or if they're going to try and go with someone surprising or what. But they got to build that show up to be really, really good, in my opinion. Really, really good. It's a different promo, I'll give you that. Going back to the Elite. Punk loses all credibility as a man who stands on his beliefs if he goes back to the E. There's a lot that has to happen for that to go on too. There's a lot to overcome with that. There were tech issues, Deanna said. Yeah, after the dog thing, Punk seems like he won't forgive that. He might want out of AEW. Derek comes in with his Spanish God. Get the Mighty Ducks quack chant. If you find it on YouTube, BJ, send it to me, and I will try to figure out a way to add that in. Don't bring your dog to a show when you're going to start crap. I don't know if he felt like he started it, though. See, the problem is, where do you define what started this? To me, it all seems like it was little petty stuff, shot after shot, and then it all just exploded. It all came ahead. Like most fights and problems do, you know? Like, you don't know when it's going to start. It all just comes all ahead, and then that's it. We're stuck with it, and we're all at this problem. Let's get into this match here. This was, personally, this probably is my match of the night. And there were a couple that you could argue for it, I think. But FTR versus Swerve in Our Glory, #1 contendership for the tag team titles. FTR hold all the gold, and they said that they wanted to be AEW World Tag Team Champions. Okay. So Gun Club is front row. They come out. They make their entrance. The Acclaim come out. They do a scissor motion with chairs. What are you boys doing here? But the fans loved it. They were all about it. Dude, one of the most impressive spots in this match, Keith Lee, bro. My man Keith Lee hit a leapfrog over both members of FTR, dropped down, and then did a crossbody block. I don't care what anybody says. Keith Lee is one of the nicest when it happens, bro. Like, Keith Lee is smooth with it. I don't get how he does it. Like, the brother's nice. That's all I can say, man. I got to give him his props on that one. Cash is eventually stuck in the ring. He's getting beat down. He makes the hot tag to Dax. He's getting some offense going. I love some of the spots they do. We got a nice combination power bomb from Lee and Swerve. It was really nice. Like, Lee picked up Cash, threw him into Swerve, just dropped right down into a power bomb spot. Perfect. It looked really good how they did that. Following up from that, we had a great back and forth between the teams. Dax even came in and hit a nice springboard Liger bomb. I love that move. Like, whoever does the moves for the AEW video game, help a brother out. I need that in there. I need the springboard Liger bomb just because I need it for Liger too, but great. And they're going back and forth. You're getting a lot of close 2 counts. And someone in the chat just brought it up. Deanna, they did the big rig on Keith Lee. What? Bro is big, man. They picked him up. They were like, you're going down. We're going to take that big ass down. Boom. They hit it. He goes for the pin. 1, 2. Swerve pulls, I think it was Cash or Dax's foot. Pulls him right off. And that's it. He saved Keith Lee. We get a mistimed shot by Lee. He hits Swerve. Swerve goes down. Dax rolls up Lee. He only gets a 2 count, but when he goes backwards towards the ropes from the kick out, Swerve caught the man, hit him with a low blow. Dax is out there and he's just like, he's down, he's holding the boys, he's holding the yam bag, and after that happens, BBC, bro, Big Bang Catastrophe, 1, 2, 3, and Cash during the pinfall was grabbed by the Gun Club, so he couldn't make the save because they were on the outside and they grabbed him. Dirtbags. Swerve in Our Glory picks up the win. That's a big W for them. This number one contenders match was awesome. Matt says, I fully agree with that, my friend. Cray said, they were yelling what? Yes, in that previous promo. Yes, I love it. As long as he didn't do a flip over the ropes, LOL. There were no flips over the rope, but he definitely showed his athleticism tonight. FTR versus Swerve in Our Glory was a great match, Ace says. Look at this. Good stuff. Cody lost my cred. He made AEW WWE competition by breaking throws and taking shots, and then he leaves. I feel like he was one of the reasons fans started to pick sides. Ooh, hot take, Cray. Keith is good, but he ain't no Clay. Somebody call my mama's about to get funky. Come on now. We ain't talking about Big Bro. This from NWA now. Come here, you big. In the Stu Hart voice, right? Good tag match, Cray said. Dude, this was excellent. Like, if I had to pick my match of the night, this is it. I'm putting the stamp on it right now. This match was phenomenal. Phenomenal. It was really good. And I think a lot of people would enjoy this one. I was very happy with it. Now, following up from that match, we get a backstage promo here. We got Saraya and Britt Baker. They got into it backstage. Renee Paquette did awesome tonight, by the way, on the mic. She did like all of the Tony Schiavone interviews and everything, and I just like her presence there. She did a really good job with it. So she's back there trying to interview, I believe it was Saraya, and then here comes Britt Baker, and she stops them when they start arguing with each other and says, hey, like, let's do this respectfully. And they both kind of look at each other and agree. She kept the peace, and I like that. It seemed like she has respect. Give her that Mean Gene type of respect. Give her that role that she can be in there and do that. And we got some more comments rolling in here. BJ said, this one gave me some thoughts about Swerve, especially after the ending of this show. BJ, please elaborate, good sir. I'd like to hear your thoughts on Swerve. I agree, Conrad. Derek says, match of the night, round 2 of Swerve in Our Glory, and the Acclaim will be fire. Yeah, this will be another good matchup here. Cray said Renee is dope. Hopefully they have more for her. Yeah, I mean, she's just going to be in the interview role. I mean, I would have her maybe try to pop out for Dark or something every once in a while to get on the announce team, maybe see how she does with that without someone in her ear. So, yeah, I'll take that. And the hits keep on rolling with Renee, too. Out comes our favorite asshole, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. This guy, I tell you, he always knows how to get the crowd talking. And MJF is out there, and he comes out, and he is mocking Jon Moxley, who is actually Renee's husband. So Jon Moxley, he does the whole, this Jon Moxley, he kind of rolls the shoulders back, the whole walk, I'm going to drink your blood and I'm going to spit out your bones. And he says something about like gargling piss. I don't know. MJF's a weird dude. And it was a good imitation of Mox. And then he begins to disrespect Renee Young. And following up from that, he talks about Regal. He calls him like an old rat, basically. And Regal he's the one who told MJF, like, maybe you shouldn't cheat. And he's got MJF. He's the reason he's conflicted with a lot of this mess now. What to do? What's he going to do going forward? And out comes Stokely Hathaway. Stokely is not out on malicious stuff. He's out there to say, like, Max, what's going on? And MJF says that if you don't start listening to me, I'm going to fire you. I'm going to get rid of you. And I don't want you to interfere. I don't want you to touch Jon Moxley. And he said, and if you do it, I'm going to get rid of you and fire you. And Stokely is shocked at this new revelation of Maxwell Jacob Friedman. So they walk away, and that's kind of the end of it. I mean, they're not super playing off the history of it, but okay. It was different, and MJF cut his promo, and at the end, He reminded me, dude, someone said this feels like Stone Cold in 97 or The Rock. He had control of this audience. They were enamored with everything he was saying. He had them in the palm of his hand. And it was the time where I was like, yo, he's really got them. This isn't just great heel work. He is controlling the people, and he knows what he wants them to do, and he will lead them to what he wants them to do. Very well done. He did his catchphrase. Everybody said it. And I went to that show in Buffalo right after All Out and Brawl Out. And when we went to that show, I had never seen more of those MJF scarves than that night. People were getting them all over the place and just bringing them in. And I was like, yo, there's something there with this dude. And maybe Jericho was right. Maybe he is going to be the natural babyface that people don't know what to do with. It feels weird right now, but I'm going to go along with the ride right now. Let's see here. BJ, he gave me his response. He said, what if the firm reveals a new leader / owner, and it's Swerve? He knew the Guns would help him. He tries to win back the tag belts only to turn on him and Swerve with a match with the Guns to let them win. Ooh. You sly dog, you. You sly dog. I like that. I like that. I don't even know what I'm looking on the soundboard right now. I need something to play here. I got nothing right here, man. I'm just going to give you I like it, BJ. I like that idea. That's very creative. Very creative. But I'm not Tony Khan, so I don't have any say in that. But I like that. If you brought that up in the booking meeting, I'd be like, yeah, I need you to stay after. You get an extra sandwich from catering. The next AEW World Champ, A says. Stokely got rid of him. Cray said, good take, BJ. I like it. MJF makes a good tweener. Yeah, it's like Stone Cold. Stone Cold never turned babyface, technically. The people made him a babyface, but he still did what he was going to do always. Might be the best way to go here with him. Next up, the newest additions to the AEW roster. We found out today that they were signed The Kingdom, Matt Taven, Maria Kanellis, and Mike Bennett. They are in the back, and it sounds like Matt Taven is making a challenge to Wardlow. It says that he wants to challenge him for the TNT Championship in his first match here for Rampage. Okay. And Wardlow basically threatens to powerbomb this man's life away, And he says that he's going to put the beat down on him just to do it. Hey, it's what it's going to be. I like Wardlow personally. I think it's a cool team. And I think it helps keep Joe healthy. It gets Wardlow some screen time because it's been difficult to get him some screen time. We have to find a way to make that TNT Championship matter. And I wonder if the introduction of the Trios belt has reduced that. I just listened to the Pro Wrestling Shoot, and they were talking about how it kind of made the tag team division feel less than two lately. I'm hoping that they can get things back on track eventually with this. You're going to need some teams. You're going to need some things to do. So line it up. Let's do it. BJ said 2 hot dogs and a handshake this time. Yes. Cactus said BJ gets a Jimmy John sandwich for that. I've been a fan of Taven since the first time I saw him in ROH. I at least hope he gets a good showing. He should, BJ. They're talented. I don't know if they've got the charisma. We'll see. We'll see what they do in AEW. Maybe people will flock to them. What I do like for this, since BJ's making bold predictions, I'm making one too. When Adam Cole returns, we all thought that it was going to be the Undisputed Era against the Elite. I think now we could do the Kingdom versus the Elite with Adam Cole leading the charge with those guys. So if we can build them up properly, you might have yourself a heck of a match there. Wardlow was on point in this promo. Adam Cole going back to the Kingdom if he comes back. Bring Kyle with him. No, I think Kyle's going to go solo. I think once Bobby Fish decided to make that terrible error in his ways and he went back to Impact, he can stay there. Truthfully, he might be able to help some wrestlers in Impact if he has something worthy of saying to them. So we'll see. Let's see. Cray, I don't know when Kyle will be back. He had neck fusion surgery. Yeah, he might be out for like a year or so, maybe plus. The Kingdom versus the Elite. Yes, Matt. We were talking about that in the DMs earlier. One of the few that was happy that Taven won the ROH title. You are one of the few. You and Donnie when I did the review, because I was like, I'm not feeling this. I thought it was crazy. The Kingdom makes a lot of sense. Got a new project for a t-shirt coming in favor of Matt and BJ, LOL. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, Derek. I want to see the artwork before it goes up. Conrad is being coy about this about his Matt Taven opinions. I'm not the biggest fan. I said it. I'll admit it. Kyle is just adjusting to life as Ford Fusion. That's his joke, not mine. Love that. That's good, PJ. Yeah, good stuff all around though from that. Let's see what they do. I'm willing to give Taven and the Kingdom a chance. I don't think they're a bad tag team, so let them do something here. Match number 3 on the card tonight. We have Bryan Danielson versus Sammy Guevara. Spanish God. That was for Derek because he's not here. This match had a lot of potential, and I think tonight was the reminder to myself and many others that Sammy Guevara is good. Bryan Danielson, I've known this dude was amazing since like 06, maybe 05. The dude is great. Like, best wrestler in the world, not a gimmick for him. Like, he's really, 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 really good. And Sammy Guevara has had some issues recently. Say what you want about him. Some people may think he's a dipshit, maybe that he's been immature, things like that. But in my opinion, tonight showed why he's a valuable piece to this roster. He went out there and performed a dang good match with Bryan Danielson. Like, it was amazing. We start off the match. He hits a nice springboard cutter on Danielson. I worry, though, every time in these matches that when Danielson gets hit in the head, I know sometimes he's selling and sometimes he's not. But when he gets hit in the head, I always just go, oh, please, no concussion. Please don't be hurt. And we had a couple of those in this match, from flying off the top rope. He had a big Asahi moonsault off the top, and he hangs up there. He's got like that Kurt Angle, Cody Rhodes hang. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Like when Muta hits the moonsault, it's a smooth right back. When they hit the moonsault, it's like they hang up with like their legs straight up and then come down. And he did the same thing here, and he kind of caught Danielson. I'm hoping he's all right. Sammy played his role perfectly in here. Ty Mello played her role perfectly in this match. They get into it, and I peeped, though, in this, that he did that little moonsault transition that Andrade uses often. Moonsault, lands on his feet, goes for another one. Danielson rolled the other way, and then he went for a shooting star press, knees up, label lock, locked in. He gets to the ropes. Danielson then gets on his back, hits a poison rana on Sammy, gives him the running knee, the Basaiku knee, and after that, he puts the triangle choke on Sammy. He passes out. He had nowhere to go. Heck of a match, though, for both guys, I thought, in my opinion. Good match. Good match. Let me see here. But Conrad, yes, he's Matt Taven. We always do like the Matt Damon voice with him. We always go, Matt Taven. Thanks for the love on the idea, y'all. I want All Ego to be TNT champ or All Atlantic champ. Patience, B-boy. Patience. I think it's going to happen down the line. Bryan made Sammy look overly strong. I think Sammy needs to be a threat, though. Sammy's really good, and I think he's kind of trying to bounce back from that whole TNT debacle still. Bryan Danielson is the best in the world and needs a championship. My man Matt said, put the belt on Danielson and stop playing. Time is ticking on that Bryan Okada match, and it needs to happen. That's definitely like a Wrestle Kingdom match, in my opinion. You know, or a Dominion match. Sammy is so good. Let's see here. Watching Bryan Danielson matches isn't good for your nerves, LOL. What is going on? Michael, what's good, bro? He said Sammy and Tay versus Danielson and are you thinking his wife? You thinking is he married? Brie Bella, I believe, is who he's married to. Could you see that? Maybe they do the one time for the one time. I don't see them going back to WWE anytime soon, so it could. Maybe that'll happen. Interesting. I'm assuming, though. I'm piecing together what you had said, Michael. So let me know if I got that wrong, bro. Thank you for checking in, too. Appreciate you, man. If you like what you're hearing, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the audio version, type in Everything Pro Wrestling, all social medias. We are EPW Show. You guys can find us on there. And speaking of EPW Show, did you guys know it's Halloween? Do you want to walk around in a costume looking all hairy, going out there just looking ungroomed, not well? Well, we've got less than a week before Halloween, folks. You may have a party you want to attend. And listen, when it's time to take that costume off, are you prepared underneath? Do you want to walk around looking like that? I don't think so. So get yourself some Manscaped. Get that Lawnmower 4.0. Go to manscaped.com. Put in our promo code. It's real easy to remember. EPW Show. It's our social media handle for everything. Put in the promo code. Get yourself some boxers, some ball deodorant, ball toner. I think those are my two other favorites for the accessories. They got nose hair trimmers. They even got little newspapers so that you can clean up the hairs. They treat you very well there at Manscaped. They got you covered, and it's a great gift. I'm sure they're going to have some Black Friday deals coming up soon, so make sure you guys get that. Promo code EPW Show, save 20%, free delivery on us. Also, powerslam.tv. Promo code EPW Show. Put that in. You get 1 free month of independent pro wrestling on us. You can watch independent pro wrestling all over the place. Go to powerslam.tv. Check it out. See if you like what's going on in there. And let me know what you guys think. There we go. We got the shilling out the way. All right. Deanna said I could see that for that match. Ethan Page can be a world champion in any wrestling company. Yeah. Ethan just needs time and the microphone. We'll see what he does with his opportunities when they're presented to him. Backstage, we get a Rey Fenix promo, and Alex Abrahante says Phoenix wants to become the next All-Atlantic champion so that he can join his brother Penta in being a champ. They're trying to be like Tupac when Pac had 2 titles. So they were, and I know it's Tupac. Relax. Don't get on me. I can see somebody typing already. It's Tupac. Don't you dare. I know. For my hip-hop heads out there. Rey Fenix says he's all down for it until he's interrupted by Christian and Luchasaurus. Christian's arm still in the sling, still recovering from that bicep surgery. And Luchasaurus is there, and he just grunts. I like it, though. It's just like it. I was like, what's going on? I thought DMX was on the track this whole time, but he just did some grunting. And then Orange Cassidy just pops up out of nowhere. I don't know if this is his new gimmick, but he's like, you guys want a shot at this? And he's holding up the All-Atlantic title in the book bag, and he's like, you guys want a shot at this? All right, cool. We'll make it happen. And next week, it sounds like it's going to be a triple threat with Luchasaurus and Rey Fenix versus Orange Cassidy. Should be a banger. Should be interesting. I have appreciated Luchasaurus slowing down. He's been much better. Much better. The big guys have been so much better, in my opinion, since slowing down. I don't know if all the other fans feel that way, but we love it here. Derek's been a big proponent of it. I have been. Many others have been. And I think he's been much better in his role. So I don't want people giving Luchasaurus garbage. But Phoenix and Orange, it's going to be great. It's going to be a good match next week. Can't wait for it. Deanna said, y'all going to make me lose my mind. What are we doing? What are we doing to you, Deanna? I'm just sitting here chilling. Next up, we got Riho versus Jamie Hayter. Riho came back last week. She had a big ovation from the crowd. Jamie Hayter has also been getting some fan love. People want to see her doing a lot more. Jamie Hayter, I think, has been fantastic this year. She's been someone who has a great organic build and someone who deserves a lot more than she's been given. So Jamie Hayter's build has been slow, but I'm hoping that it's all worth it once we finally get to that point. And in this match, Riho hit a nice crossbody. Jamie Hayter takes this crossbody so well, dude. She always jumps up for the person, smacks hard against the mat. It looks great every time she does it. It scares me, but it looks great. This is a solid matchup between the two. I enjoyed this. Once again, the women have had another good match. Show them that respect. Show them that love. If you appreciate it, I want you to sing the women's praises if you're enjoying it. So that way they know what you like. Tell them what you're enjoying. I really like this. And the match was basically based on Hayter showing her strength. Riho is, I don't know what she weighs, but Riho's very small. Hayter is larger than her, so she gets to just pick her up. She's blocking like her 619. She just put her arms up, blocked it. Looked really good. She dove a couple times. She just got caught. And even when Jamie missed her, she still had her. She was like, okay, I'm just going to pick you up like this, and we'll do this next. And Riho was just that tenacious baby face, fighting, underdog spirit, trying to fight back. And she went to a short arm clothesline, her finish, and Riho rolled through and did like a nice roll up with their legs entangled. I like that. And I thought that was going to be it, but only a 2 count. Following up from that, Jamie Hayter got up, and I don't know if she's been watching Bradshaw matches or what, big boots her to death, and then picks her up and hits a short arm clothesline. 1, 2, 3. Hayter gets the victory. Looked really good. She came out successful in this one. I was happy with the outcome of this. Jamie Hayter needed that win. Let me see here. A slow dino is better. Eric says, Conrad, glad Hayter is getting a title shot also, just like Skyhawks live on Chucky. Oh yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna watch Chucky tomorrow. I got it recording right now, so no spoilers, no Chucky spoilers. But yeah, I did hear she was on the episode, or if it's not this one, it's the next one. I love the match graphic for the All Atlantic title. They had Orange representing the U.S., Rey Fenix from Mexico, and Luchasaurus no flag. They should have just put Angel Grove Bay. It's a Power Ranger reference I haven't heard in a minute. DMXC, yeah. Come on, son. It's almost time for me to post that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by DMX. Christian had to help Luchasaurus. He had to tell him to slow down. Luchasaurus is much better. I like him with Christian. Christian is someone, if I'm AEW, the moment Christian says he's done, bro, I want you as an agent immediately. Like, pay this man. Christian is one of the better workers in the ring. I'm telling you. He doesn't get the respect he deserves, I feel, sometimes from fans. Thank you. Someone got it. Triple threat match for the All Atlantic Championship will be fire. Good women's match. Ace said this was his match of the night. Okay. And yes, and following, Deanna just brought it up. Hayter was at the celebrating, and here comes Toni Storm at the top of the ramp holding up her interim women's championship. Got ourselves a match. I can't wait. If that's going to be the full gear match, let them tear down the house, please. Eric Douglas said, it's all right. Autocorrect gets all of us, man. I got big hands, bro, and it just, you know how it goes, bro. I'm the king of correcting punctuation and everything else. Her Chucky was good. Got to check it out. Yeah, season 2's been all right so far. Definitely. And I love season 1. I thought that was really fun too. So highly recommend checking out Chucky if you guys are into the horror films. I would give my Halloween Ends verdict, but I will go off on that probably worse than I do with the whole CM Punk and Elite stuff when people were reporting on it. I can't, man. I can't even with that movie. I'll wait. If you guys want my thoughts, hit me up in the DMs and we can talk some Halloween Ends. One day, if I ever start a Patreon and you guys want to hear that stuff, I'll do it probably on here. But until then, man, I don't know. Change Storm's theme song, please. I like Toni Storm's theme song. I think it's good. Matt said today's episode of Chucky was fun. Man, we ain't even getting into that, Matt. I'll go off, bro. So after this, we get an Eddie Kingston promo. Eddie Kingston got this awkward promo, like, no, I'm not angry. And he's just all smiles and he's doing this, look at my Colgate smile. But he was there to basically hype up the match between Moxley and Penta. He does a good job of that. But remember, Ortiz and Kingston had a beef with Death Triangle. Good storytelling. Watch. This is going to come back into play. Watch. These little things, this was sprinkled in there for a reason. It wasn't just some rando, like, why did we do that? What was the move for? I like that. So pay attention to these little things. Deanna says, I watched The Exorcist last night and it still scares me. Ugh. I don't know about that. I haven't watched that in a long time. It's been a minute. After that, we got a Rampage rundown. So for Rampage this week on Friday at 10 p.m., it's going to be live. You're going to be able to see Claudio and Wheeler Yuta versus 2.0, Daddy Magic and Cool Hand, Madison Rayne versus Tay Mello, and Wardlow versus Matt Taven. We're saying it like that from now on the podcast. Write this down, Derek, Rob. When you come on here, it's Matt Taven. So that is going to be for Rampage. Next week on Dynamite, Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal again. Daddy Ass Birthday Bash. Hello. Orange Cassidy versus Phoenix versus Luchasaurus for the All Atlantic title. Renee Paquette sits down with Britt Baker and Saraya. And Chris Jericho versus a former ROH champ from the challenge he had made earlier. Then we get a nice promo from Darby. Darby gets into, you said you're going to bring someone into my past, and Jay Lethal promised that. And he kind of talked about that why Sting's been away and everything. It was a nice little quick promo. I've missed these Darby promos to where he can kind of like hype up stuff and shoot stuff himself. He's a creative dude. Let him be creative. And then we cut to Jay Lethal. And Jay Lethal's cutting that classic promo backstage in the suit with Sanjay and Satnam, and they're just hyping up the match. And he says that he's not going to lose next week. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see here. No, I love that Eddie promo. Deanna said I didn't think it was a bad promo. It was put in there to sprinkle. Like I said, I think they're going to go back to the trios, but I just wonder who's their partner going to be with him and Ortiz. But they're telling a story here. Where's Ricky Starks, Hobbs, and Miro? Give me more Kingston. Yeah, I don't know. Ricky was on Dark. I don't know what happened to Hobbs. Hobbs just disappeared, and Miro, I couldn't tell you. But maybe when Miro comes back, they got to book him strong. I think all three of those guys could be in a really good spot. Yeah, I'd like to see them get an opportunity to do something different. So let's build them up. You're 100% on that, Craig. World title match. Let's get into the main event. Jon Moxley versus the AEW Trios champion Penta El Zero Miedo. Now, I'm not calling him that, though. I'm calling him Pentagon because that's just how I remember him. That's how I was introduced. He wore the old school gear tonight. I loved it. Pentagon has one of the best looks in pro wrestling, in my opinion. He just looks badass every time he does it, and he's just the coolest. And while people dog Moxley for the shoulder rolling and all that stuff like MJF did earlier, I like Jon Moxley. I think he's great. And in this matchup here, we've got these guys ready to battle it out. And people have wanted to see Penta in singles action for a while. If you're a fan of Lucha Underground or you've never watched Lucha Underground, please, please, please go back and check it out. Lucha Underground is fan-freaking-tastic. And Pentagon was one of the main people over there, him and Phoenix. And one day I'm hoping that's something that I could just bring back up and have people check out because I love this. Pentagon was recently at AAA. He had a bloodbath with one of the Villanos for the mask. And Pentagon obviously still has his in this match, but it is well worth it to go out of your way to check it out. AAA's got some amazing shows coming up. Go to Everything Pro Wrestling on Facebook. Look for that logo that you guys see in the top left corner, EPW with the microphone, and it's red, black, and white. Go over there, like it. We definitely put up the match card for the next Triple Mania show. Should be fun. In the beginning, they trade some shots back and forth. They even had their chants going, you know, the whole zero fear right in Moxley's face. Moxley gives them the double bird. They're swinging on each other. They're fighting. Penta does a dive to the outside. We go to picture-in-picture. Why? This was just, I wanted to see this match, but I get why they have to do it. It's not a pay-per-view. You got to pay the bills. So Moxley finds a way in the ring. He hits a cutter on Penta. And then he hits a pile driver. Like he just stuffed him just right into the mat. Just boom, dropped him right on his head. It wasn't enough to get the win. Penta hits the classic sling blade. And after that, he gets the freaking arm break on Moxley. So in Lucha Underground, this was the move that used to break people's arms. He would wrap the one arm around the leg, and then you would be on your side holding your arm up, and he would snap it back. And it always looks like $1 million when he does that. Penta flies back, hits the arm breaker on Moxley. Moxley comes back, fires out of the corner with a King Kong lariat. Same move that actually that took out Hangman Page the previous weeks. Prayers to Hangman. I hope he's recovering. Hopefully he is well. Get well, Hangman. That was a bad concussion I heard that he took from it. And afterwards, Penta hits the package pile driver. Everybody went nuts. Penta's finisher is hit. 1, 2. Only the 2 count, though. It was very close. Moxley gets back up, though. He's fighting, and he's able to finally land that double arm DDT. He then rolls right through, though, and holds on to it, and then lifts Penta up for the Death Rider. 2 Death Riders. You ain't kicking out of that, bro. 1, 2, 3. Jon Moxley retains. Wow, dang! You could just hear it all through the crowd, man. It was just crazy. People were happy. Moxley gets the win. Immediately following the matchup, here's W. Morrissey. W. Morrissey gets in the ring, and he hits that Test big boot. R.I.P. to Andrew Martin. Always loved Test, man. One of my favorites. Hits the big boot. Then the Firm get in the ring. I swore MJF earlier in the night said, don't touch him. They didn't listen. They put a beat down on him. They're just pounding, beating him up. And here we go. What's going to happen? What are they going to do? They're looking back and forth. Here comes MJF. MJF's looking. Does he want to help? Does he not want to help? He's conflicted. Well, he gets in the ring, and he gets in Stokely's face. He says, you know, I told you not to do that. You're fired. He tells him he's fired, and then, I don't know where Ethan Page came from, but he blasted Jon Moxley with a big boot of his own, just kicked him out of his freaking scarf. Down goes MJF, and he starts punching him. The Gun Club joins in, and everybody starts stomping him out. Stomp him in the nuts. They just started beating him down. He's down, getting stomped out. And I thought a lot of people even online, but mostly a lot of people in my group specifically, they seemed like they were a little disappointed. I think they wanted a moment. We did not get that, though. We did not get the eye on the table moment. MJF got put through the table afterwards, and they laid waste to the main event. The Firm stands tall afterwards, man. I couldn't believe it. They had them getting beat down. What's good, Kay? We're talking about Pentagon. Penta El Zero from Pro Wrestling. I don't know if I forgot what his name is in AAA right now. I believe it's Pentagon. Pentagon Jr. Awesome pro wrestler if you're a fan. I do not speak Spanish, so I apologize. The crazy thing is I know French, so weird little fact about me if you guys ever wanted to know that, but that's because I live close to Canada, but I know a little bit of French because of school. Matt Lopez said, I'm shocked, no blood. Me too. That was different. I thought this was a fun match. Yeah, I think you can get more out of this matchup in the future if you ever wanted to. Guys, that was the AEW show for tonight. Give me your scores. Tell me if you liked it. Thumbs up, thumbs down, out of 10, out of pizzas, whatever you guys want it to be. Tell me what you thought of the show tonight. If you're enjoying, like I said, we got a bunch of new faces in here. Please subscribe. Show us some love. Twitch. Come on over to YouTube. YouTube people, head over to Twitch after. Subscribe. Check us out on all social medias. EPW show. I'm doing a lot of shilling tonight. I don't care. I love you guys. We're having good talks. Matt Lopez says he wants the Pentagon Joker gear in the game. I want that one. I want this, the OG. I want the black and red. Penta's got so many options, bro, that I would love to see in the video game. Cray said Pentagon got to chill with the names. I think the companies own the names, Cray. That's what I believe I understood. Like each company had their own name for him, and then they would own it, and then they said he couldn't use it. So when he came over here, they had to kind of switch it up one more time. But I really like Pentagon and Lucha Underground. Me too. That's my favorite version of him. At least it wasn't all pizza commercials. That is true, Deanna. Test had one of the best themes. I agree, Cray. I agree, man. Ask Derek. Me and Derek were like tag team champs one night. We were playing I think it was WrestleMania 2000. Me and Derek were just demolishing people, and I had tests, so it was a good time. But they beat down MJF, so I'm good with that. Matt Lopez, I love Ethan Page being the face of the Firm. Sonny, hey Sonny, how are you? He said babyface turn complete. I don't know. I don't believe MJF yet. You never trust a snake, especially one that you know. He's been coming out here saying he's the devil, so I think there's more to it. I don't believe him yet. Anything new with the Warner Media AEW news? Craig, the rumors are currently that Warner Media wants a long-term deal with AEW. And they want to do more content with him. I've heard rumors of MJF being in movies and television shows. It seems like they like them a lot, and I've heard they want them to be more sports-centric because they want TNT and TBS to be their sports channels. We don't know yet, though, but that's the direction they seem like they want to go in. We've got the scores coming in. Matt Lopez says 8 out of 10. EPW, 10 out of 10. My guy, I appreciate you. Ace said 8 out of 10 for him. BJ said 75% stuffed crust pizzas. Pizza Hut. Pizza. D said thumbs up. 8 slices of pizza. Rob said 49 grapes. Word to Mr. Briggs. Oh, Casey's going to love that. 4 out of 5 for me. I appreciate that, Sonny. EPW is full of Pizza Hut franchise as always. Thank you. 7. Yo, those pizza melts have been looking pretty good, bro. I saw someone try them on reviews. Shout out to my man. He's a wrestling fan too, Stefan Johnson. He definitely said it was good. So check out that pizza melt if you were a fan of Pizza Hut. D's in here saying, look out for the new for EPW. Test and grade. Yes. Yo, we were whooping ass that night when we were playing that game. He said, who won the fight, Penta or Moxley? Moxley got the W, good sir. Moxley got the win for the night. He hit a double arm DDT right into a Death Rider. Really good match, though. You should check it out if you get the chance. B-Boy said, look, Warren better get there. DC movies better. We'll see. DC just got a new CEO or director of movies. I don't know what James Gunn's title is, so we'll have to do the wait and see with it. Dude, I love Stefan's stuff. Me too, bro. Yo, he's the man. My man is good. It did look tasty. What if Peacemaker shows up in AEW? I'm with it. I love Peacemaker. I can't wait for season 2 of that. Lots of good stuff here, man. We talk about more than just wrestling. We are a community. We are a good part of the wrestling community. I love when we are positive, when we talk about things that help uplift each other. Thank you to everyone who has supported. We have a drum.io link down below if you guys want to order t-shirts. We've got plenty of those. New designs. Yelling at Derek and Rob every day doesn't seem to be working, so we'll have to figure out something else. James Gunn, the co-CEO of DC Studios. Thank you, Matt Lopez. James Gunn is dope. Hopefully he helps out DC. Yeah, we need some comp between them and Marvel a little bit more, but we'll see what they do. Listen, I'm just a fan of the stuff, so a dub's a dub to me. I'll take it any way that we can get it, right? Guys, thank you for rocking with me. My voice is hurting. I'm slowly starting to feel better as well, so I'm going to give this voice a rest tonight. Thank you guys for joining me. Derek, I hope things are well, brother. We will be back next week, me and Derek. Things will be good by then. And we'll be back reviewing Dynamite. Monday, check out Clash of the Podcast. I don't know if BJ will have an episode up for Friday, but subscribe to the audio platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever. And if we have an episode for BJ, you'll see it pop up. Thank you, everyone who has supported everything pro wrestling. And Rob just yelled Gotham Knights' ass. I told you, bro. I tried to warn you. Don't yell at Derek. He's the man. You're welcome. Derek's the man. We love Derek over here, man. All good. All love, man. Co-host. But you guys are the best. Thank you so much for rocking with us here at Everything Pro Wrestling. We will catch you all next week. Stay safe and be good. 1.